like, because I feel like all the music I like, just like bands and stuff, I'm like, oh, I gotta like pay for a studio, and I need to be dependent on other people and whatnot, and that made it very possible. Like I torrented a version of Ableton. I had the cracked version for like the first 5 years. Don't sue me. Ableton. And then started making beats and stuff. And then I didn't really play guitar at that point, but then
peeps, it's your boy Con Ali back with another video. Today I'm joined with a very special guest. I have Cole Hemstreet. Say what's up, Cole.
What's up? What's up, internet? What's up, Con Ali?
Yeah, buddy. Cole Hemstreet is a Denver-based musician who is a singer-songwriter, guitar player, indie-style music. You just played a show at the Global, and you've got an album coming up. When's it coming out?
June 18th.
June 18th.
Is the release date for No Worries If Not. That's the name of the album.
No worries if not.
Yes, 4 words.
Okay.
3 spaces. Yeah. Yeah.
So Mr. Cole, how you doing today?
I'm doing well.
That's good.
Still pretty stoked after the Globe Hall show on Memorial Day 2 days ago.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about how that went.
It was good. We had great support. We had Double Date, the Futons, and Jake Black, some other Lions Lair legends come through. Everyone had a good time, I think. We had some good barbecue, courtesy of Globe Hall, and yeah, it was a fun time.
That's what's up. So, speaking of music, tell me a little bit about your background in music. When did you get into it? How did you fall in love with it? Yeah, tell me a little bit about the background.
So I kind of been playing music my whole, I've loved music my whole life. Like my dad was a huge music fan. He kind of turned me on to a variety of stuff. He used to play like Bob Dylan, but then would play like Girl Talk, which is like mashup electronic music, and like RJD2 and stuff. So I kind of grew up, appreciating music, like the Beatles and stuff my mom showed me. But then when I was like 9-ish, I was able to play Guitar Hero 2, which really I loved so much. Like it was my dad's friends had it. He had like 2 daughters, so it was just for him. Like he didn't even have it wasn't like his kid's PS2, it was literally for his. But yeah, played that and kind of fell in love with the idea of playing guitar myself. And graciously for Christmas, I received an Ibanez guitar and started taking lessons. And yeah, I didn't really songwrite back then. I would just kind of learn other stuff. And then I didn't really pursue it super heavily. Like I was in a couple bands growing up with just my friends my good friend got a bass, and we formed a little band, but we didn't write any music or anything. We just kind of play like
just mess around like off the high school.
Smoke on the water and stuff. Yeah. And then it wasn't really till I went to CU college, and I kind of discovered the world of like electronic music, or like I guess you could call it like EDM, but it was more like the kind of Denver brand stuff. Like there's this group called or like Late Night Radio. Have you heard of them?
I have heard a little bit about Late Night Radio.
It's kind of like this like sample. It's like I was described it as like it's like soul sampled like hip hop, but then with like the basses are like more dubstep like. And
kind of like a fusion of both genres.
Yeah, it's kind of like boom bap electronic, but I really like that for some reason. Just like made me realize that you could like do it all on your laptop. Like that made the accessibility of that really made me like, because I feel like all the music I like, just like bands and stuff, I'm like, oh, I gotta like pay for a studio, and I need to be dependent on other people and whatnot, and that made it very possible. Like I torrented a version of Ableton I had the cracked version for like the first 5 years. Don't sue me, Ableton. And then started making beats and stuff. And then I didn't really play guitar at that point, but then I kind of I found like bedroom pop, like artists like Claro and like Kuko and stuff, and like these artists who were kind of mashing those two worlds, where there were singer-songwriter, like more traditional music, I guess, and then like the production stuff.
Production, yeah,
and so and then I've been kind of chasing that, like trying to get better at the production, but also the songwriting, and then like playing with people and using other people's parts like when possible, but just trying to get as good as possible with everything.
That's what's up, man. How many instruments do you play?
Well, one.
One?
Well, okay, if you count singing, two.
Okay.
And guitar is my main one. I kind of play keys, I don't know. I can play a couple things, and then I'll like through production, I can play bass lines and stuff, on a keyboard, on a MIDI keyboard. But guitar and then bass guitar by proxy, and then singing. Yeah, so I guess 4, 1 really well. That's it.
True that. What's it called? So nowadays that. It was like 5 years of using that crack Ableton. What are you using for a DAW nowadays?
Still Ableton, but I use my student loans to pay for this one.
Okay, there you go.
So now it's the full version.
The full version. What is your approach to creating music? How do you normally start up? Do you normally attack the lyrics first? Do you normally go straight for like a melody? Like, how do you normally approach music?
Most of the time it's guitar chords. I'll start and just kind of mess around on my guitar. I'm going to say F around, but I don't know if we can.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm British, man. So.
Usually I just kind of start with some guitar chords. I'll like find like a little pattern that I like, or I'll like learn like a cover song and find like a 2-chord part of it that I'm like, I like that part, but I don't like the rest, and I'll kind of steal those.
Off with it.
Yeah, and then I'll change them so it's like my own. It's almost like sampling or something. It's like my own version of that. And then from there, I kind of just get it so I can like play a section, and then I'll find like another section that I can kind of play back and forth. And then usually if I have 2, I'll maybe take a crack at some like lyrics. Not lyrics, like a vocal melody, I would say. Like I'll like try to find something that like fits over the chords and that I can play at the same time. That kind of it just kind of works, or it sounds good, and then
kind of like freestyling over it a little bit. Yeah. But I'll try. It's kind of like a hum, like a weird little. I don't know what weird noises I'm making. I do the same thing to kind of like write rap lyrics. I start off talking gibberish.
Yeah.
It just is. I hear the beat. The beat is like boom, boom, boom. I'm just like
It's about the feeling.
It's about the feeling and getting like the timing, and then you're like, oh, the words every single time I come inside the and you're like, oh, it's easy. But it starts with like, so I'm kind of the same way, just a bunch of riffing off of.
There's this David Byrne book, the Talking Heads. He's the singer of the Talking Heads, but he has this method where he like does that, like he'll like come up with the thing but record it and then literally listen back and try to like transcribe what he was saying as if like the gibberish like holds the answer.
Sometimes it does.
Like I mean, it really, because you almost like know on some subconscious level that you're almost more tapped in than you will when you're like overthinking about like I want to do like.
Quick question: when you start making music, do you hear the different parts of the song like all at first, or how long does it take you to hear out the whole entire thing?
It depends. Like sometimes I'll kind of hear it as like a whole thing, like
straight away.
Well, it's just like I can hear like I'll like record it, like if I have an idea when I'm like biking or something, I'll like record it and it's just like or whatever. Like it's like that's not one. It's like all of the. It's like all
you can
the
hear the whole thing together.
Like, but that's not always the case, you know. Like sometimes, like, and a lot of times, like when this album, I collaborated more on. So like, I'll just kind of do my part and then like let like my bandmate Daniel like play a bass line that he thinks sounds good because he's way better bass than I am, you know. And then I'm like, oh yeah, you
killed it.
You did a better version of what I would have done, you know. So yeah, but because once you have like two elements of it, you can kind of feel the whole thing a little bit, and then the drums, you know, you can kind of feel where the drums are supposed to be. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I love making music, man. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
I guess. Let me see the next question was.
That's the editing's for.
What?
That's what the editing's for.
Yeah. I try my best to have a nice flow for it, but sometimes you need a few edits.
For sure.
Oh yeah, wanted to talk to you about Lions Layer.
Yes.
How did you get into hosting? What sparked that idea? And like, tell me a little bit about the background behind Lions Layer.
So the Lions Layer is like a little dive bar / venue on Colfax Avenue. Yeah, it's in Colfax. Colfax Avenue, which is like, you know, a lot of venues and stuff, a lot of shenanigans happening on Colfax. But it's like a kind of a dive bar. It's got like I don't really know the extensive history. There's like a punk kind of history, I think. Like I think a lot of big like punk bands like
came through there.
Yeah, because it's just been around since like the early '80s, I think, or maybe longer. Like so, it's like bands like it's like kind of the first like. It's like a size of a venue that like the bands on their first tour would hit, you know? Like if you're coming through Denver and it's like you financially probably shouldn't be touring, but you are, that kind of seems like the type of venue. That's like the type of touring acts we get. Yeah. But, you know, if they're doing that, then they're onto something. So like
especially if that's the first stop in a major tour and you know like the locals go there and then go to meet that would be a cool spot.
Yeah, so it's a cool spot. They have their open mics. I used to just kind of play the open mics, just kind of get in front of people, practice some new songs and stuff. And then I befriended the audio dude. I kind of have a background in audio production too. I went to school for media production, like sound practices, so like mixing and you know.
Engineering,
kind of,
and sound design as well.
Yeah, a little bit of sound design. Yeah, there's kind of a wide swath of stuff, but I hadn't mixed in a while. But the previous sound guy, my friend Mitch, was like leaving to become a sushi chef full time. So he's like, "Yo, you trying to replace me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Every Wednesday, you know, and it's nice because it makes me go there. Yeah. And I get paid to go there instead of losing money on beer or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And that was like almost over 2 years ago now. So I've been doing that every Wednesday.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It kind of keeps me connected with the local, I mean, they've got their own community kind of already there, but like, you know, it seems like a spot that everyone kind of knows and comes through.
Yeah. How's it helped you as far as your musical advancements? Do you think it's helped you get more placements, get more shows, and more opportunities?
The main thing I'd say is the practice. Like I think I have gotten a lot better at playing in front of people. But yeah, I've definitely made a lot of friends through it that have asked me to be on their shows. And just because I happened to see them, you know, whether it was at the open mic or like on the weekend or through a friend of a friend. I don't know. I just kind of like. There's definitely a community surrounding it, even if it's not just the open mic. There's kind of like. It's kind of like everyone's first venue, you know, in Denver, it feels like. Especially now that the Mercury Cafe is closed, it really seems like...
It was my first venue in Denver.
Lions Lair?
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
it was.
Yeah, it's kind of the go-to. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I blow up...
Lions Lair, man.
Like the Lions Lair, Yeah.
There was this music festival on South Broadway called UMS last year, and the headlining band was this band called Vodka. Have you heard of them?
The Vodka, no.
They're from Denver. I didn't really know they were from Denver, but have you seen the movie Little Miss Sunshine?
That sounds familiar.
You might have. They did the score for it. That's kind of how they got
the whole entire
popular.
score.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And one of the songs is like the best song ever. But anyway, I like saw a talk with the dude, just the singer from that, talking about just coming up in Denver, and he did the same thing. He shouted out the Lions Lair for. He's like, someone asked like, oh, do you have any advice for local artists? He's like, go out and play the local venue, play the Lions Lair. He like I don't even remember what other one he said, but that was like the first one that came to his mind.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
I think I have seen that movie.
It's good. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So I learned who Nietzsche, the philosopher, it's like, what is that? Nihilism? I don't know. That's how I learned about that whole branch of philosophy. was the
through this movie.
The depressed older brother played by Paul Dano.
Paul Dano.
It's really good though.
I have to watch it again. It came out the year that I graduated.
Really? Damn. It's like an old time capsule.
Yeah, buddy. Here's a good question. How does running the Lions Lair each week affect your own style of music after listening to so many different acts come through and so many different kind of walks? What do you take away? Does it influence you, or do you really try and keep to your own type of style of music?
I would say, it probably does more on like a subconscious level, I think I'm more like, I try to be, like, I like all types of music regardless, and I try to listen to all types of music, but yeah, it's kind of forces me to like be directly involved with, I'm like, because I'm mixing it, like trying to make it sound good, and then like seeing like, and like the first thing that came to mind was like I'm normally not like a big country music person, like but there's been a couple artists that come through that I'm like, okay, I kind of get the appeal, especially like live and like I don't know, in that setting, like I'm like I could see how people would like this for sure, and it's like so simple, like it's like 4 chords on the guitar, but it's like almost like what's the word I'm looking for, like hypnotic, they're like, it's so good at playing these 4 chords, like
just time
perfectly, just in a loop over and over, and then they're like doing their thing on like singing, but it's like whoa, yeah, it's like it's yeah. So that's, I don't know, it keeps me honest. And
what's the story behind your album?
So the story, I started writing it in 2024, and it's just kind of all the music I've written since then. Probably 2024 to end of 2025 was the actual writing. It's 11 songs. I kind of just wanted something that like had different genres, like electronic, rock, dare I say a little bit of hip hop, at least production wise.
So it's kind of like the culmination of like your musical experience, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. This is definitely my my opus so far. Like, not that it's really competing with much of my previous work, but like it's definitely like kind of like it's almost like a diary or like a journal for the last like 2 years. Like everything I had to write or everything I had to say, it's kind of like a little like time capsule for like the last 2 years, just kind of, I don't know, because I just kind of write to figure out what the writing is about, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like rather, I don't like go and
Say,
write.
I'm going to write
Yeah,
this.
I'm gonna write a song about like how much I hate Trump. No, but just like I don't. I feel like it can get too real corny real quick if you like try to like.
Focus
for
on
it to
this
be
thing.
about something very specifically. So I kind of
just feeling it.
Yeah, like I mean, so I'll just kind of like I'll write, and then kind of afterwards, like I feel like a detective or something. Like I'm like looking for through lines and looking for stuff. Like I'm like, oh, this meant that, you know, and then I'm like, okay, that actually makes sense when I write this part. So it's like connecting the dots. So it's like fun for me almost. Like it's like I like kind of write the stuff that I would say, and I'm kind of giving it context by making it in this like larger body of work.
It's very cool. Very cool process to approach it. I don't think I've ever heard of an approach like that.
Really?
Yeah, not just yet.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, it's only your 5th episode. So.
Yeah, it's only the 5th. But yeah, man. It sounds like you are a real passion for what you do, and as well as like respect for your craft, taking time to make sure that the project is good instead of just releasing it to the world and making, you know. It sounds like you're putting a lot of work into your production and into your craft.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Yeah. It's been a process, you know, but yeah, I'm making it for me at the end of the day, you know, like, I mean, I'd love to make it for money, but you know, that part I'm not as good at so far. So in the meantime, I'm like, might as well just make something dope that I, like younger me or me now would like find and be like, this is awesome, you know, like that's kind of the goal.
Speaking of which, what are you doing as far as a rollout? How are you attacking this release for your album?
So doing some interviews,
Yeah,
obviously. There's so the Lions Lair, they've got like a podcast that they started where you like kind of play a set and then have a chat with Tony, who's like one of the owners. So I'm doing that in June. That one might be, I think that's actually scheduled for Father's Day, which I know the date of that. Sorry, Dad. But that I think it might be right after the album comes out. I think that's like the 21st.
Yeah.
There's another podcast I'm trying to get on. I don't know. This is like my first time doing this, so I'm trying to do a little more of this. At the show, I gave away download codes for the album, like so you could download it a month early. Essentially, I got to get you one of those.
Yeah, I would like one.
Yeah. So some people, I guess, are already listening to that. We got to change some things with the masters, so it won't be exactly the same, but it's you know, it's like 99% done.
Yeah,
and people, I'm kind of trying to build a little hype like that, like get people listening to it, you know.
And then you was talking about getting some merch done as well.
Yeah. I actually, so I took your advice, and you were saying that I should get like cheaper
dad hats.
Yeah, cheaper dad hats, and then the New Era ones that I was talking to you about. So I tried to order like a small amount of the New Era ones, but they did not finish before the show. So I'm not selling any of those. I did sell a couple T-shirts that I had from my previous
Do you still
projects.
have the New Eras coming in?
Yes, that was on my to-do list today that I forgot to do was reach out to the Denver Screen Printing Company. I don't know if I'm supposed to say their name, but a Denver Screen Printing Company, not the. Yeah, I got to reach out to them. I ordered like 6 of those just to
get a feel for how they would turn out.
Yeah, and I figured like all my close friends would get those, and then you know if they're looking good in those, then maybe more people want to buy them.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, man. It sounds like you're pretty much all set. You have to. The only thing that I would suggest is social media. It's the worst thing to touch. Yeah, but it's. I do. Yeah, I know I have to do that. Yeah, I guess. Well, that's in my mind. I'm like, I'll cut up this and put it on social media. But each interview has spat out like 8 or 9 shorts.
Yeah.
so far.
Okay. That's great. Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, don't worry, I got you on that. But
That's
yeah.
like more than my total amount of reels so far. So I love to hear that.
Definitely. Yeah, man. What I feel like, is there anything that I was missing? What have you got coming up for the future?
So in July, Cole Hemstreet and Friends, which is my like live band project. If you see the and Friends, that means I'll have a full band. If you just see Cole Hemstreet, you're stuck with just me. So, but Cole Hemstreet and Friends, which is a full band outfit, we're playing Lucifer's first rodeo. It's like a little Denver festival on South Broadway in July. I believe we're like July 25th or something.
We'll get the link down in the blog post.
Yeah, it should be cool. It's like the first festival, their first festival. But Lucifer is like a reference to the demonic horse statue up by DIA. Have you seen
Yeah,
that?
is that what it's called? Is it called Lucifer?
Lucifer, yeah, because allegedly it like killed like the dude who made it. Like as he was finishing it, like fell on him and killed him.
The actual statue?
The actual statue fell on the guy who made it, and he's like dead now. And then they put it up.
Does his eyes light up?
Yeah, they're bright red.
Yeah, they're creepy as fuck. Yeah,
I don't even know like
who's signed off on
powering
that?
that. Yeah, I don't know. They're not
who's
reflected. Yeah, like what is powering that? What sort of underground DIA?
Lucifer himself. He's powering it.
Yeah. But so the festival's named Lucifer's First Rodeo because it's like their first festival, but they're homage or honoring the demonic horse statue that everyone who arrives in Denver for the first time sees.
That's funny. So that's July 18th. What do you have any other shows coming up?
That's the only one scheduled. I've got a lot of loose plans for house shows that I, made after having a couple beers at my show the other night.
Yeah.
So I'll keep you posted. But as far as like locked in, that's the only show right now.
Okay.
I guess the Laxant the Layer is technically a show that people can attend. So that's going to be in June at the Lions Lair. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah.